It's time for the 1 month update of the Atkins diet, phase 1. Hi, if this is your first time here, my name is Lori and this is Lori's Journey. I share videos about my journey doing the Atkins diet. If that's something you're interested in, go ahead and watch this video about my results after 1 month of phase 1 on Atkins. So I did my weigh-in and measurements at the first Monday of the month, and I will continue to do that every month. I'm going to tell you what I lost for the whole month, and then I'm going to tell you what was the last 2 weeks since my first update. And then after this, I'm just going to do one update a month. I might even just start doing this every 3 months if it gets a little crazy. So I wrote down here what I've done. After 1 month of doing Atkins, I lost 9.5 pounds, basically 10 pounds. And if you recall in the first update video, I lost 7 pounds in the first 2 weeks. So that's 3 additional pounds. And I will be super happy if I lose 1 pound a week. You know, I'm not trying to go overboard, and I want to do this in a safe way because you really only want to lose like 2 or 3 pounds a week at the most. So I just want to tell you that I'm not trying to go crazy and lose weight fast, but this is just by what I've been eating and the fact that I really haven't been as hungry anymore. I think that's been really helping me a lot too. Now, as far as measurements, in the first 2 weeks I lost 1 inch off my hips, and in the last 2 weeks I lost another inch off my hips. So 2 weeks. So 2 inches in 1 month. I am just shocked. And in addition to that, I lost 1 inch off my waist as well. So I am just really excited about the fact that I am not only losing weight, but inches too. Now, if you're not losing weight, and if you're just starting out especially, I want you to start out by taking your weight and your measurements. Now, I use MyFitnessPal, and it shows on there where to take your measurements at. You go on your neck, your hips, your waist, your thigh, and your arm, and so that you will see where you're losing weight at. So I really urge you to make sure you're taking measurements, because you might not be losing pounds, but you might be getting slimmer in certain areas, and you're just not aware of it. And also, I would suggest taking pictures. I'm going to be taking pictures every month when I do my weight and measurements, and I will be putting a picture right here so that you can see the changes that I've gone through in the past month. I know some of you have been asking for some tips. I'll give you a couple little tips right now. I went to Walmart and I got some of those Atkins bars. And I mean, the first few days, I was really craving sweets. I mean, I went cold turkey. I had stopped drinking pop already, but for everything else, I mean, I was eating ice cream and all sorts of things like that. And so I would go and get those Atkins bars, and they're not too terribly priced either. So I would pack a couple of those with me in my purse and take them with me wherever I went. And when I was getting one of those cravings for a candy bar, I would eat one of those. And I'll tell you, they are good. I really like them. But, you know, they have shakes and different things. Now, I am trying not to lean on that all the time. Once the sugar cravings are gone, I'm going to try not to have them at all, because I'm not really impressed with the ingredients, but I do like the Atkins diet plan. I don't really like calling it a diet plan, but I don't know what else to call it. An eating plan, I guess, would be a better phrase for it, because I feel like diet it just has a bad stigma to that word. But at any rate, that would be my first suggestion to you. If you're just starting out and you just can't get rid of those sugar cravings, get some Atkins bars or some other low carb snacks that the grocery store sells. And that would be really helpful in getting through those sugar cravings. Another tip I'll tell you right now is we are counting net carbs. So if you're not sure what that means, you look at the label of any item that you buy and it'll say total carbohydrates. Then right below that is fiber. You subtract the fiber because fiber is good for you. And then you'll see your sugars. And sometimes, I haven't seen it very often, but if you see sugar alcohols, you can subtract that out as well. Some people say don't subtract that. I think it's just kind of whatever. You don't see it very often, so I don't think it really matters. You do what you want to do with that. But the main goal here is to get it as low as you can. So like if it has 8 grams of carbs per serving, then it has 4 grams of fiber, then you have 4 net carbs. Now also remember, per serving, if it's a 2 tablespoon serving of salad dressing and you put half a cup on there, you got to remember that you're having more carbs than just that one serving, okay? So that is one thing that I have noticed that some people get confused about. So just keep track of your net carbs and make sure you kind of check what your servings are. Another tip I have for you is keep drinking lots of water. I have been really bad at this the past week, but I'm really trying to make sure I'm drinking my water. And you can also keep track of that in MyFitnessPal. Now, I'm not trying to sell you on MyFitnessPal. If you've got another way to keep track of everything, if you want to do pen and paper, if you have another app that you know about, go for it. I'm not trying to say that MyFitnessPal is the only way to go. And MyFitnessPal, when I put my food in, I noticed it's not always 100% accurate. So you just kind of have to play with it a little bit and figure out what's working for you. And I don't worry about the calories. It tells me how many calories I should be eating a day, and well, since I haven't been eating as much because I'm not hungry, I haven't even been coming close to their calorie count, and there's been days it tells me I didn't eat enough. Well, I'm not gonna just eat more food just to keep that thing happy. And when you're eating your meals, make sure that you're having a vegetable and a meat. You want to have plenty of protein, but don't go overboard, and plenty of vegetables. And just eat until you're full. Don't overeat, and if you're not hungry, don't eat so much. But if you are hungry, go ahead and eat. Don't be afraid to eat good, healthy foods. It's not going to hurt you. This is not about limiting things. The Atkins plan is about figuring out what foods help your body and what foods don't work with your body. So we each have different personal things that are different about us, and we need to each figure that out. So if you enjoyed this update today, I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you'll be notified each time I make a new video. Next week, I will be sharing more tips about how to get started with Atkins. Until then, join the journey.